Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Red Chord. I had just finished recording some 20-25 minute odd worth of messages and channel messages and stuff. And um, it, I don't know if it is still there, it's recorded. I will be able to put it as part one or not. I'm just going to repeat everything I just said. I'll try to. Let's clear the energies once more. Okay, I had done all the smudging. I have been shuffling and pulling out cards while talking. We are just going to do it once more. So, welcome. There has been a little bit of difficult energies. A few people found January very difficult, some have found February very difficult. I was finding I was doing rather well till the end of February, where what I was talking about and what I will be talking about, there has been a split on the timelines, the templates of twin flames. Now, the reason why that occurs is because it could be that the divine feminine in that particular situation has been very diligent, has been doing the inner work, has been on point with the mission work or whatever she was guided to do. But when it came to the divine masculine, despite receiving, I'm not talking about from the beginning of the journey, I'm talking about recently, because earlier there was a process of waking, the masculine was waking up, and so there was that whole thing of um, they didn't know, but now they have been given signs, synchronicities, guidance, and they're very aware of what this connection is. All that happened in 2019 for a bunch of you for who this message is. This How you can know if this reading is for you or when you this reading is going to be for you is you would have been out of the blue feeling a lot of grief in your heart chakra, your upper heart chakra, and it would have felt like literally somebody has died. That kind of emotional pain without there being an external trigger. Even if you have gone through an external trigger, it would not be the, let me just finish talking and you'll probably understand what I'm trying to say. So, if this is right now for you, you would have been feeling this great emotional grief and purge happening, most likely without anything setting you off externally. Now, what has happened is the divine masculine was given chances after chances after chances by the divine. A lot of guidances were provided, but the divine masculine, using his free will, has chosen to ignore, for the time being at least, the divine contract, the divine guidances, and has chosen out of fear to stay put on his current timeline. Maybe with a karmic, maybe in whatever situation. This is across the various templates. Okay, so what is happening is that the divine feminine is now being given an option of moving through, and I had not even realized when I was going through it that we were already in the energies of the 3-3 portal gateway, and the energies had come in much sooner for me, and that is what had prompted this purging. That are you going to also choose to stay on the timeline as your divine masculine, where you already know how it has been playing out? All right. Whether there has been very little communication, there has been in and out, in and out, in and out kind of energy, whether it has been complete separation, no communication, you know what that looks like. And with me, even though it was that for the very first time in our connection since this New Year's, it had been my divine masculine who had been reaching out, initiating the communication, and I found myself rather indifferent. I was not getting triggered. I was staying in my energy. I was doing my own thing. I was not, my expectations, dreams, none of that was coming out in that sense. You know, if you've been on it, you know how your hopes and the rises and all of that happens. But no, none of that was happening. So I was very chill, and so it was very strange when I started feeling all of this. So it is, I'm not talking, it is regardless of what's been playing out in your individual templates, you would have suddenly felt this grief, like a knowing that something has died, that something has ended, and it will feel extremely, extremely painful, right? And it is good. How is it good? You'll say, you know, like it's hurting like crazy, you're purging, you are leveling up. Your soul, your subconscious has chosen to move up and not continue on the same timeline as where the divine masculine is choosing to stay. Now, instead of going into blaming the divine masculine that, oh my god, why is he not, and this, that, he's still addicted, he's still. No, it could just be he's not yet completed his karma, or not yet completed learning his lessons, not yet learned how to surrender, not yet gotten out of his rational, logical brain and conditioning his beliefs. They may have a stronger hold on him than what we all were kind of expecting. Everyone just assumes that love is the most powerful thing, and everyone would obviously just choose love. But that's not how things have played out, apparently, have they? So, whatever the reasoning might be which will play out, the best thing for you, divine feminine or masculine, whoever is watching who can resonate with what I'm saying, or when you resonate, you'll have to come back and watch this. The best thing for you to do is one number one, what is happening is, if you remember, there was a video, I will try to locate it and add the link in the comments or in the description box, is where I had drawn circles and shown small karma, soulmates, karmic, and then the biggest circle was that with the twin flame, and I had explained that's why it is the longest running. It can take your entire lifetime to play out, and it is the first life and the other lives you've played out together that you're closing out those karmas, those patterns. You are changing a lot of things. Now you have to understand what is ending, and the closure is for that. Okay, so if in the very, very first life together on this planet Earth, for you and your twin, you both had split, not through circumstances, okay, because one of you had chosen either a karmic, decided to go somewhere else for some other reasons. This is what has played out, and that cycle is ending with you moving on, you choosing your happiness, your well-being, and knowing that you deserve. There are a lot of divine feminines who for years, decades, have deprived themselves of human companionship, human touch, sacred intimacy, or sexual intimacy, or the pleasure of being in a relationship, because they have been following the twin flame journey to the point. And now, finally, they are being given the option, do you wish for something more? And we all should be saying yes, according to me. You are free to choose your Whether you choose to stay on the current timeline and let it play out the way in whatever speed, if it does in this lifetime, or you can choose to move on and let's see what is going to be coming and what are we leaving behind, what are the lessons, all of that. We'll be looking into it. So, a lot of the divine feminines were deprived of a ton of things which they have not complained about, right? But now there is an option of something different, a new direction, a new direction, a new direction, move on, let go. That has been consistently coming in for a certain bandwidth of twin flames. And this is what is happening currently. But what you have to really understand is it is the play out of the very first life with your twin on this planet Earth, which is closing out, not your connection forever and ever. And do not live in fool's paradise of, oh, if I do this they will come back. Do it for you. Whatever decision you are going to be making, maybe using the guidance from this reading, maybe just going into a meditative state and listening to your inner guidance, your intuition, not your emotions, not your logic, not the desired outcome. Okay, intuition. What is your higher self guiding you to do at this time? And you will know. You may be following what are the guidances coming up in this reading. It may be that it will resolve in a very short time between spring and summer. Maybe it will happen towards the end of your life. Maybe it will happen after your death or in the next lifetime. Right now, we do not know. I'm bringing you the messages that I have received over the past few days, which may not be the complete picture. Right. So the best thing for you to do is journal. Try automatic writing. Automatic writing is that you would meditate, clear your energies, sit with a diary or whatever and your pen, which you keep generally for just automatic writing or channeling, and allow, without censorship, without thinking, without trying to make it grammatically correct or minding the spelling or even with direction the words are flowing, you just start writing. Whatever words, whatever sentences, whatever song, idea, anything that's coming through to you, you write it and then you put it away. And after some time, you go back and you start reading and see if it makes any sense to you. And you'll have to probably practice a few times before you can be adept at it. Okay, so now and do, please do clear your energies, smudge. All right, do your making your bubble and making your shield, ground yourself to Mother Earth. Please be careful because there are a lot of psychic attacks. Usually such a message does not come to me, but since last night that message has been coming to me several times, which is why I think some of you may need to hear it, that someone is deliberately trying to sabotage you or keep you in confusion and darkness. But those of you who are doing your work, that in and if you have been in a foggy energy, you will find it lifting off and you will feel a lot better than you have felt in a really long time. Alright, so let's get started with what's happening. Yes, there is definitely a change in the winds. That's the major shift we are experiencing, even if you're not experiencing it right now. Whenever you do, please come back. Okay, please come back and watch this video. There is a new life, like I said, new direction. There is something brand new trying to enter your life. All you have to do is get out of its way, get out of your head, Stop trying to steal the steering wheel from the universe's hand, because it's going to be making you very, very happy. And whatever is leaving your life, wherever you're being asked to move on, let go, Eight of Cups, Six of Swords, that kind of energy, where there's been tower moments where you have felt, even if you've not got your closure from the person, but your inner knowing that it's ended, you know, is because it's not for you. Something is not for you, at least right now. Alright, so what are we clearing and releasing at this time? Oh wow. Surrender defensiveness. Okay, you don't have to now protect, be on guard, be defensive, and especially against the universe, what the universe is trying to bring in. I'll never fall in love again. I don't believe in all this. I don't believe in twin flame. Don't believe in labels. Believe on your journey, believe your path. The ascension is happening regardless somebody believes in it or not. The collective are starting to talk in a terminology which was not in the vocabulary of common usage. We're talking about downloads or detachment, or talking about a lot of things. I recently, I had made a friend, and he's a divine masculine without knowing, and not necessarily on the twin flame, but he is awakening. And when he is talking, and when he talks about, yeah, but I've always known this and stuff, I've been grinning from year to year to see an awakened masculine who has understood without going to any life coach or watching any of such YouTube videos, much like how my journey has been. It has just come to me. He knows the wealth, the prosperity comes when you are not attached to the outcome, to the success. That is not your goal for working. That will come to you regardless. Your job is to do things passionately, do it well, and do it having fun. Enjoy your work. So, we are supposed to stay in faith, allow the changes to be brought to us. And if someone is coming to you, attacking you, you are being asked that communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered, hear someone out, then offer a clear, non defensive response. Don't take it personally. Someone might be coming and accusing you of things or that you have no intention of doing or whatever. Just stay centered, don't get defensive, give a clear reply without taking it personally, becoming an attacker, becoming confrontational, becoming aggressive, becoming touchy. It's going to be challenging for a few of you, for sure. Surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. This is something I have been receiving. Come back. Step into your leadership role. You're here to guide. You're here to show people the way. Now, yes, continue taking care of your body and everything, but now come back. You're needed now. You're needed now. I kept getting that message. And this is for some of you out there, because what I'm telling you, and if it's resonating with you now, you are definitely a way shower in whatever capacity. And now you have to find your inner strength and let the inner lion roar. A new life is starting for a lot of us, and we have to surrender to miracles. A lot of people have been praying for miracles, but they don't believe, and then they wonder why they don't receive. Know that your life is full of miracles. When you ask for divine guidance, it can come from a child, it can come from a waiter, it can come from the help in your house, it can come from a signboard, a song, And things that you think are not going to ever happen for you, well, yes, they can and they are. Believe, surrender to them. And this full moon is going to be very significant because we are going to be purging a whole bunch of stuff from our entire lengthy journey with our twin. For those of us who have reached this point of closing out the gigantic circle of lifetimes after lifetimes of running, chasing, pushing, pulling, all of that, there will be a huge purge, cleanse, release, let it go. Alright, journal, do your smudging, clearing of your energies, protection of your body, your loved ones, your house, your workspace, all of that. Charge your crystals. This is a super moon as well, so it will be a double whammy for sure. Trust it. Now, before we get to that, at this time, what is very important, you have come into your divine feminine or your divine masculine power. You're being asked to come into your full power as that, right? But stay tempered, stay in patience. This is like um, that temperance card in the tarot. Patience, not because, oh, it's not your divine timing or whatever, because there is, you're entering into a new life. You're going to start seeing it. Some of you, between this full moon and the spring equinox, you're going to get the answers through your dreams, through messages, through synchronicities which may go crazy, or people telling you, divine ideas coming to you, things lining up for you. This patience is with the change that is occurring right now. Alright? Be patient with what's occurring right now. Whenever you're communicating, yes, Mercury retrograde is going on, so be very careful to be very clear in your communication. No room for ambiguity, and there's no need for you to get defensive or aggressive. Just say what you mean very clearly. When you're praying, ask very clearly what it is you're looking for. Don't say, I want so and so's love. Say, I wish for a divine, sacred partnership which is long term. What does long term mean? Let the divine decide for you. If you're looking for sexual partnership, don't be at least shy or diplomatic when you're talking to God. They know what you want. It's for your own mental clarity, so your inner waves, your vibration can align. We speak a lot of things aloud and make it happen because we get aligned. God does not need our vocabulary. The universe does not need our vocabulary. But for our own sake, for our own clarity's sake, if what you want is a sexual partnership but you're very happy in other aspects of your life, say that. Right? There are some cycles which are closing out. They're ending. You're at the end or nearly at the end of it. That's why you're being asked for patience, and if need be, if there is a communication, be very clear. Don't start budging when you know what it is that you require. If somebody has been giving you breadcrumbs and you have made it categorically clear that you're not going to accept that, mean what you say and say what you mean so that the cycle can close out. The universe will get the message. You've understood your lessons. You're not wavering. You're not going back and forth with it. A lot of things are going to be changing in your material world. So if you have been in lack, if your monies have suddenly dried up, you may be receiving incoming or like an inheritance or a windfall or some kind of well-paying job. Something good is going to be occurring. But when I look at pentacles, for example, I don't always look at it as money. It can mean time. effort in the physical world. We're going to, of course, see what the tarot says about these. There's going to be a balancing of scales, and not just for the other person, for you too. For example, when I think I have spoken about this in one of my previous videos, when I was like, my twin is not consistent, and I realized I am not consistent when it comes to my workspace, and what needs to happen is we have to reverse it. I have to become more consistent in my workspace so he can become more consistent in his emotional space. You understand? When we ask for something, we have to see where are we equally learning the same lesson. That is the meaning of balancing of the scales. If someone takes too much, are you giving too much, or in which aspect are you taking too much? Somebody has, and not just your twin, my XYZ, my parent, my sibling, my boss, whoever has so much expectations from me. They expect too much. Where are you expecting too much? From who? Not necessarily from them, but somewhere in your life you're doing the same somewhere. And the minute you learn that and you implement it to the best of your capability, not their expectation, your capability, things start to balance out. Okay, where is this balancing the scales in the material world where you will actually see karma playing out is what this entire video has been about, these very, very stuck energies. And why was everything stuck? Was someone has not healed the inner child or the pattern or cycles of abandonment. You have stopped chasing, but they have not stopped running. They fear abandonment so much that they are abandoning themselves by rejecting the one person who would never have abandoned them. And this will reflect somewhere, maybe you have healed it, but somewhere this was your issue as well. Just yesterday, random memories from when I was very, very, very young with regards to my father and his safety popped up into my head one after the other, and I understood. I've always been afraid something terrible was going to happen to my dad and that I would never be able to see him again, be it when he was traveling to Korea, be it when there was a mudslide, an avalanche that had taken place, be it when he went out on long business trips, when I was in the hostel and a nun threatened that, she would not let him see me, and I believed her, and I never spoke of this to anyone. I just did my rosary. I just kept doing my prayers. There was no reassurance that came from the outside. And then, well, my dad is in his 80s, touch wood, by God's grace, healthy and independent and still working and all of that, right? But there was this immense fear that I would never see him again. And if that is the fear that gets translated into, what if I never see my twin flame again? It's not true, is it? So, the masculine is so afraid of being abandoned that they have abandoned themselves by abandoning you. And they have been with you over many lifetimes. When I see the soulmate card, that's what I see. Many lifetimes, cycles, right? Okay. Couple of messages that have come to me before and are coming back again. Maybe someone here needs to listen to this. Is when somebody is, if your twin is with a karmic, and the situation is stuck, you have to take a very honest, ruthless look at your life and acknowledge, accept, heal where you are playing the karmic energy with someone else, be it with your parents, be it with your children, be it with your spouse, be it you had done it but you have not changed that pattern of behavior. Where selfish motives is what dictates your, be it your behavior, how you behave with someone, your choices, your decisions are all motivated very selfish. What do I have to gain in this situation, kind of a thing, is kind of a karmic energy example. I don't care if you're not happy together, but everyone outside the society, my peer, my colleagues are going to think we are happy together, and that's all that matters. Karmic energy. Where are you making decisions under pressure of peer pressure, colleague pressure, societal norms, whatever? That's one of the messages. Take a good long hard look. Where are you behaving like a karmic in your life, in situations in your life? Acknowledge it first of all, which is the hardest thing to do. Accept it, heal it, and you'll see that your behavior pattern, your way of thinking is changing automatically. Will it happen overnight? Most likely not. But yes, it's required. The other message I was getting at this time, something to do with speaking. What was it? It will come back to me. So now let's see. There's only one card that came out in reverse, so I've kept it like that. You're not praying, or you're not trusting what you've prayed for. Maybe you have not been meditating regularly. Maybe you gave up because, yes, the previous energies were a little difficult to follow your spiritual practice regularly. But even if you have, get back to it, right? It will empower you. Your solar plexus needs to be empowered at this time, taking back your full power. Pull back your energies from the energy vampires, emotional vampires, those who have leached onto you, those who have tried to steal your energy, where you have invested so much energy. Pull your energy back to you. Pray. Alright, what is going on at this time? We are releasing a lot of grief which is coming from our heart chakra. That is what led me to make this video, is because yes, this is going on. The death of something. Look, he's in a cemetery. It could even be an, I know who's going to resonate with this, like someone's puppy died. I know this my friend, her puppies didn't die, but puppies around her, some street puppies who she was nurturing, they passed away very badly in a road accident or something, right? Which led to the heart chakra grieving, feeling sadness. But what is this leading to is a new quest. Starting off on a new journey, because you're beginning to ask, is this what I was meant to be here for? Wasn't the twin flame supposed to be like, at least in my case, how I thought was the perfect, the reward for me learning my lessons well, for being so patient, for waiting for this equation lifelong since I was a child, looking for him my entire life. Wasn't this supposed to be the perfect love story? What went wrong? And that what went wrong is the quest. Your questions may be different. But this grief, this releasing of this grief, is going to set you on the path to the new future that's coming your way. Queen of Swords in reverse. I'm going to, for some reason, keep it and then I might turn it, okay? For me, that is the karmic energy. Five of Cups, grief again. Queen of Wands, Queen of Coins. Oh my god, practically all the queens are here right now. Princess of Wands, there's a Page of Wands. Ace of Wands in reverse. Justice in reverse and Six of Wands. So much blue, it's not even funny. Alright, I'm just going to shift this up. I have no idea today. I have laid them out in a certain way. I'm going to just follow my intuition on this. You know, I'm an intuitive reader. So, not cutting someone out or taking a decision either, or being too ruthless. This I am getting as the masculine's energy, being too much in self-centered, cold, detached, selfish kind of energy has led to a lot of grief. And what they are thinking, I still have something left with me, actually is not. All the five cups are going to fall. The divine feminine, you are going to be coming back into a feeling of well-being, feeling attractive. Maybe a lot of people will be coming in with compliments or sweet gestures or even proposals, asking you out on dates, whatever, flirtatious. Not all have to lead down the marriage altar, you know. You're just going to feel very, very beautiful, attractive, sorted in your energy. Your vitality is going to come back and you're going to be focusing on building your coins. You're going to be so prosperous. You're going to be, the way I'm seeing it is, look at it. It looks like a number 10, doesn't it? The wand and the pentacle. So much amazing thing that you're going to build for yourself and be happy. There was a message that came your way. Probably it felt like they were trying to have a booty call or just a sexual encounter or you know whatever, something like that. You turned it down. You turned it down. Wow. Where the masculine perhaps was coming in with a sense of entitlement, taking you for granted, taking this connection for granted. Suddenly karma is falling on his head. That's not how I have ever read this card. And where he had come to just fluff his ego, come to feel victorious, come for feeling, receiving the attention, feeling grand about himself with the attention that he would receive from you, it just fell on his head like the six wands falling on his head along with the justice's sword. What just happened kind of a deal. That's why the Five of Cups. And what I'm seeing is not only did he lose the divine feminine in this case, he's gonna lose his karmic as well very soon. Justice in reverse, a lot of times can indicate a divorce. They could not leave behind the conditioning and belief system. Like I said, what is required for you, divine feminines, is to rise up above your beliefs, your conditioning, your expectations, even from this journey, from this connection. Rise above it. Keep elevating yourself, raising your vibration. Get back into playfulness. Like I said, flirtatiousness, compliments, having fun, going out. Release your ex. Release them. Even though you believe this could be the one. Could be. But right now isn't. Right now, everyone needs to move forward. Just let's pray for clear, concise, simple answers. What's up next? What's coming up for the divines who are watching this video? What's coming up next if they do release the grief, the ex, this old cycle, these old patterns, and are open to the miracles? Please give us some clear answers, timings, and whatever. What is coming next? What's up ahead next? Oh wow, it flew out so quick, and they say it's up to you. What do you want? Do you know what you want? Last 2 years you've been figuring out what works for you and what doesn't. What do you want? Think again. This full moon, once you've cleared and you get into the waxing phase of the moon, I think I'm always incorrect about this waxing and waning. After the full moon, the 10-12 days before the new moon, think about what it is you want to in your life for the next phase. Do you want another romantic connection? Do you want to focus only on your career for the next phase? What do you want? There is going to be something where you will be asked to compromise, find a middle ground. I'll take them. Oh my god. We got a yes. If some of you were asking a question, you get another yes. And came out no. That's confusing. So what do? We figure out what is the first yes for. Something that was very bittersweet. Your question regarding communication which was bittersweet, a relationship that was bittersweet. You learned a lot, you grew a lot, but did not turn out the way you wanted. Something to do with that. What is the second yes about? What was the second yes for? Around this full moon, again, follow your instinct and impartiality. That is the justice card out some 4 times in this reading. Something needs to be set right. So if you've asked, will I get the payout? Will this happen? Whatever your second question was with regards to justice or legal situation, something to do with your community or family, a family dynamic. The answer was yes. What is this no for? If you've been asking, will this situation where there has been an impasse is going to change? No. And especially if it was purely a sexual relationship. What is the advice for those watching? My question mentally was, what should you be taking action on at this time? Just at this time. Leave behind your despondence, your sadness. Make a parcel of it and send it up to the divine. Use the violet flame, the violet Use the violet flame. Make your roots with Mother Gaia and follow your passion. You may be someone who's interested in working with elderly people. If you have elderlies in your family, maybe spending time with them or communicating with them may help you find your creativity. Do something for someone else without expecting something in return. I think I posted on Insta about be generous. Be generous with people around you. They don't have to necessarily um, be a friend. If you have a feeling, I should do something nice for this person, or this person has been so good to me. I find this person so helpful, or whatever. Do something nice for them. Be generous. Do something nice. Bake if you are a baker. Send a gift. Spend some time communicating. Just be there for someone. Find your passion. This is my question. What tools might assist you at this time? It may be different for everybody because several cards have fallen out. If you're trying to look for certainty, stop doing that. Listen to the tarot guidances. Maybe it is a good time for you to book a private reading, especially if you're finding yourself having to make a choice or that suddenly things are changing and you're not sure. It's not about predictions, it's about where are the blockages? What do you need to do to get out of the funk? What's the highest and best? This is a collective reading. What comes out in private readings is very different. What is going to help you is having foresight, using your instinct, praying, being justice incarnate, being compassionate. Destiny is definitely playing a part. Whatever is playing out right now, closures, endings, choosing a new direction, it was written in your destiny that this is how it's going to play out. What is going on in astrology right now? It is impacting what's going on. It was fated and destined, but the wheel is moving forward. You're entering the next phase, the next cycle, a new life. And it's going to be very fortunate if you just listen to the guidance. Alright, so this was very impromptu. I was trying to get started with a private reading. Um, and the energies have been so weird up and down that I have not been actually not been able to sit down. Something or the other keeps interfering, but I was just prompted into doing this reading, so I really would appreciate if you left me a comment telling me with you know how are you dealing with this. Are you in this very stuck energy? Are you feeling abandoned? Are you carrying a lot of despondence and grief because you're having to leave behind a soulmate or they have left you behind? Feeling, how are you seeing your template play out? Um, it would benefit the community greatly if you could share. But look at this. I have to show you all this. I can straighten them up now. The amount of blue and indigo, communication and intuition. But if you don't look at them that closely, it just looks like blue. Everyone is blue. Moody blues. That's a lot of blue. So third eye, throat chakra, heart chakra, sacral chakra. Haven't I been telling you all that's what is getting activated? There's a bit of yellow for the solar plexus as well to take your power back, to empower yourself. Look, upper heart chakra, sacral, protection, crown. That's for me. So I would greatly appreciate if you leave your questions, your comments in the comments box below, and if you could like and share, it would mean a great deal to me, as well as it would reach those who need these messages. Please do follow the guidances that you're receiving. They are really channeled, and if right now this is not what your storyline is looking like, whenever it does, please do come back and watch these messages. And I leave you with so much love and light, and God bless you. This is Nikita.